Now that we have everybody's attention, right? Welcome to the Board of Trustees for HCISD regular board meeting. And this meeting is being held on September 12th, and we're beginning at 5:34 p.m. And welcome to everyone. It's great to see you. We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. We have a quorum, and we'll begin with a moment of silence. Thank you. Next, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Our presenter will be Brianna Vela Garcia to kick us off.
Thank you. Good evening, Mrs. President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez, administration, and audience. Tonight's pledge will be led by Andrea Mora, a junior from Harlingen Collegiate High School. In her last 2 years at HCH, Andrea has consistently ranked in the top 10 of her class. In addition to being an academic standout, Andrea serves as an active member of her school's Hope Squad, Student Council, and National Honor Society. She's also the spokesperson for the campus Aspiring Teacher Pathway, and you'll hear from her in the video in just a minute. Looking ahead as she plans for her future career in education, Andrea looks to attend UTRGV, continue her education, and one day become a superintendent of schools. Her multifaceted achievements and unwavering commitment to making a positive impact in her community makes her an exceptional student leader and education leader in the making. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Mora.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you so much, Andrea. We are glad to have you here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you in the video in a little bit as well. So thank you. All right, we're going to proceed with awards and recognition. We're going to start with the recognition of HCISD Cancer Angels, Fighters, and Survivors for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Ms. Brianna Vela Garcia.
Mrs. President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Gonzalez, administration, and audience. This evening, I have the honor of recognizing a group of strong families. Families that have to endure levels of strength many of us have never known. And to support our students, their parents, siblings, loved ones, and their friends at their schools, HCISD goes gold every September to spread awareness for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, because our cancer survivors, fighters, and angels are more precious than gold. I would first like to introduce you to our children. This video may look a little familiar as it was played at the recent Cardinal football game and will also be played at this Friday's Hawk game. When you see their faces, you know how special they are to us and how much we miss our angels. There's more we can do than wear gold. We can spread awareness, donate blood, register online at bethematch.org to become bone marrow donors, or make a donation to an organization that specifically supports childhood cancer awareness. I would like to thank Team Walker Pete Foundation for all they do for our families. Their motivation, love, and kindness is inspiring. I would like to give a shout out to Judy Peters for leading our district's call to action. Her love for our district's children and her beloved son, Nick, has brought forward a movement of love, compassion, resiliency, and kindness in our district. So thank you, Judy. Team Walker Pete Foundation and our special guest this evening have some gifts for our board members. Following the gift delivery, I would like to invite Dr. Gonzalez and our Board of Trustees forward for a group photo. So students, if you want to come this way.
Okay, everyone ready? Ready yet? Everyone look right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
We have a lot of people here supporting our group as well. Can we invite our Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South student representatives and staff representatives too? Or behind, actually, next time it's really out would be great.
Okay, everyone ready? If I can have everyone look right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Just a few cell phone photos. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Madam President, may I just say a few words?
Please,
Yes.
please, Dr. Canal-Monreal.
I don't think I've ever been at a board meeting where about 10 minutes in, I'm already ready to cry. But I think that video is just beautiful, and it's impossible for it not to impact those who view it. So I'm really happy to hear that it's going to be shown multiple times and to large groups of people, because I think it's just wonderful to continue to honor and to show our survivors and our fighters and our angels, so that we don't forget, right? And so a big thank you also to Judy. I know that you continue to inspire others and continue to remind us all through your efforts so that we can continue to do more to support all of our fighters and our survivors and their families. And so it's awesome to see such a wonderful group of folks, including our students that are here to support. And I just want to thank you. I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate seeing the folks here especially. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. I just want to add briefly that to our fighters and our survivors who made time to come, thank you so much for being here with us. It feels like such an honor that you would give us a gift, but honestly, you're the gift. And you gave us of your time and your inspiration, and so thank you so much. We know that at just a very little level, we understand all that you're doing and keeping up with your school and your treatment, and all of the care is a tremendous amount, and we really respect and honor and want to support you. I think that it's just tremendously beautiful that one of the wonderful things about our community, and there are many, but the fact that we come together to support and care for one another, and this is just a show of that. So thank you to all of you who are giving of your time and energy, and just as a reminder that it's about sharing the awareness of it, but it's also about making those donations, checking out the Be the Match, giving of ourselves to help others. So thank you for all of that, and to all of you. So thank you. All right, we're going to move on now to the next item, which is recognition of U.S. News Best High Schools. Ms. Garcia.
Good afternoon, Madam President, trustees, Dr. Gonzalez, administration, and audience. We recently received some great news from the U.S. News Best High School, which have included some rankings. So U.S. News Best High Schools rankings include data on nearly 25,000 public high schools in 50 states and the District of Columbia. Nearly 18,000 schools were ranked on 6 factors based on their performance on state assessments and how well they prepare students for college. Schools who rank in the top 40 percentile nationally achieved status as U.S. News Best High Schools and gained eligibility to display the U.S. News trademarked 2023-2024 Best High Schools Award. We are proud to report we have 2 campuses, and so they will proudly display this badge of honor and recognition. So I'd like to invite our superintendent and our board president to congratulate our first campus as the Harlingen School of Health Professions U.S. News Best High Schools. If I can invite Dr. Flores for Harlingen Collegiate High to come and accept her award for U.S. Best News High School Award.
Okay, you guys ready? Ready, 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3.
All right, we also have staff here from Harlingen Collegiate High. If you can please join us in the celebration, and our students.
People in the front.
All right. If I can have everyone look right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
And just do cell phone photos. Okay, everyone look right here. All right, go out.
Everybody wave. Ready? Go. Ready? Everybody wave. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Good, how are you doing? Hey.
All right. Joining Harlingen Collegiate High, ranking U.S. News Best High Schools, is our Harlingen School of Health Professions, which also ranked the top 100 in Texas. So, Ms. Tina Garza, would you please join us in recognizing?
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
All right. And we have administration, staff, and students join us.
Okay, if I can have everyone look right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Just one more for a cell phone photo. 1, 2, 3.
You guys want selfie? Selfie? Everybody ready? 1. Everybody wave. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
And your muscles. We want to stick for
I got a new trophy.
Board, would anybody like to make any comments? Yes, please. Dr. Cano
Just
Monreal.
Another round of applause.
Yeah.
I just think it's awesome to not just have one, but two schools in our district to receive this honor, and just it's not surprising, right? Because I'm looking at the folks that are here from each of the schools, and y'all are doing such amazing things. And every time you walk or step foot onto one of these campuses, you feel it, right? The energy's there. The students are professional. They want to be there, and they're always, and I think that starts at the top, right? So everyone, in that school, in these schools, just, that they want to be there and they're there to do great things. So I just think this is awesome. I can't wait to speak volumes to everyone that I know about this. So congratulations.
Thank you. Mr. Leal.
Just real quick, I also wanted to echo what Dr. Monreal said. Both of your schools are just a source of inspiration. And I think what's going on at each of them it's a glimpse into the future, I think, of what education is going to be. I was honored to be at Vaquero Day the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and to see what's happening there with our future teachers, engineers, you name it, what's going on at Collegiate High is what's going to happen in the future. So congratulations. It's a huge statement also for health professions. It's a huge credit to your teachers, to your staff, and most importantly, your students. Your students are paving the way. So congratulations for all the hard work. This is just the beginning for you guys. And hopefully we can get these Hawks and Cardinals to come along the way in the future too, right? So congrats.
That's right. Very good. Very good. Please, Dr. Muniz.
Just a brief statement. Congratulations to both schools. One of the things that I love doing is, of course, talking to the parents, and whenever they're talking about the schools in our school district, these two schools are two of the main schools that always come up. They're so proud of their kids being there, and there's just so much pride with that. And of course, when I talk to the students, they're just so excited about life and excited about learning, and it's just it's not a big surprise to me.
You know what, to me, what this says is that you have your systems right. You know what your goal was, and you put the systems in place to achieve it. I could not be more proud. The top level education that every one of the students from your campuses is getting makes them competitive at the next level and the next level and on. That's what we love to hear. So congratulations, and thank you for the hard work. It's now it's like the pressure to keep it up, but we're behind you 100%, and we know you can do it. So thank you. So following that, we now move into the principal's report with Dr. Pamela Flores, the principal at Harlingen Collegiate High, with her report.
Good evening, Mrs. President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez, administration, and audience. I'm delighted to be here this evening to highlight our Harlingen Collegiate High campus and our remarkable students, teachers, and staff. Today, I would like to share how the university and industry experiences, career pathways, and community engagement at Harlingen Collegiate High align with the 5 overarching goals outlined in the Harlingen CISD strategic plan. At Harlingen Collegiate High, we believe in empowering our students all the way through by ensuring 100% of our students are college and career ready and well-rounded graduates that understand the importance of giving back to the community. We take pride in being an A-rated campus. Unique to most high schools in the state of Texas, our students meet CCMR graduation requirements by the end of their sophomore year. All our sophomores are 100% TSI compliant. More importantly, our students complete 48 to 52 college credit hours. The state requires students to complete 9 hours to be considered college ready. Our students exceed that measure by more than 400%. Prior to my inception at Harlingen Collegiate High, 54% of the graduates were academic core complete. I am proud to share that last year, 98% of our graduates were academic core complete. And our goal this year is to be at 100% academic core complete. We continue to refine and perfect our systems at Harlingen Collegiate High to ensure that we increase student success every year. Our enrollment also continues to grow. and we continue to attract students from all over the Rio Grande Valley. 23% of our student population are out-of-district students. Our UIL participation has also increased. I remember starting out as a principal at Harlingen Collegiate High. We had 11 students participating in UIL activities. To date, we have 85 students participating in UIL activities. 84, I'm sorry. Also, our pathways have also grown significantly. The inception of our career pathways was in 2019. We started out with 29 students interested in computer science. To date, we have 66 students interested in computer science. Our engineering program attracted 19 students. Today, we have 85 students interested in the engineering program. And our education pathway was actually at its lowest at the inception in 2019. And now it is our largest program with 101 students in our education pathway. We are impacting HCISD and the state of Texas. At Harlingen Collegiate High, we understand the impact beyond the classroom experiences have not only on academic growth, but the positive impact on the social, emotional well-being of our students. As our 8th graders begin to transition to 9th grade, we know that that can be an overwhelming experience. And so as soon as we accept our 8th graders into Harlingen Collegiate High, we hold an event that we call Pledge Day. And we invite not only our students, but the entire family. Children, parents, grandparents, they come onto our campus, they meet with our teachers, interact with our counselors and administration and support staff. They sign off on a pledge committing to Harlingen Collegiate High. And as they exit 8th grade, we also hold our summer camp OWL orientation, where our students have the opportunity to interact with our teachers, become familiar with the campus, partner with the senior mentor, and make connections with their student peers, thus ensuring a stressless, stress-free transition into high school, from middle school into high school. Family engagement is also one of the cornerstones at HCISD, and it is at the forefront of our pathway experiences. As you look at our quadrants, you can see our 10th grade students working on different programs. Our computer science students are trained to create web pages and marketing videos for small businesses in the community and also for our HCISD departments. Our juniors, engineering students, build games, design and build games for our fall festival where we invite the community, youngsters, to enjoy a day at Harlingen Collegiate High because we believe in giving back to the community. As you can see, we have our senior students showing lessons to 3rd graders at HCISD. We're super proud that our pathway students really impact the community and give back. That is huge at Harlingen Collegiate High. At Harlingen Collegiate High, we also aim at broadening the education beyond the classroom. And so we have distinguished industry leaders and UTRGV professors come on campus and visit with our students. Our 9th grade engineering students had the opportunity to visit with the architect that designed our campus, Dr. David Monreal. He shared his experiences as an engineer, encouraging our engineering students to continue on that pathway. Moving forward to 12th grade, our students also are prepared beyond college. Our UTRGV partnership offers interview etiquette seminars to prepare our students for mock interviews where they learn the skill set on highlighting their knowledge and their qualifications in the career of their interest. And it goes without saying, we heart our employees and our students at HCISD. We ensure that we embed in all our PLCs opportunities for teachers and students to decompress, to reflect on the positive things that are happening in their lives and at Harlingen Collegiate High. It can range from building a gratitude tower and reflecting on all those things that are positive in our lives, to having a full-fledged barbecue at Harlingen Collegiate High. We also have a Mindfulness Monday and a Mindfulness Corner, where we give the students the opportunity and our staff to start their week by reflecting on all the things that are positive in our lives. That will be captured in our video later on this evening. Throughout the year, Harlingen Collegiate High hosts a variety of family engagement events. During the Pathway Showcase, as you can see in the center, our aspiring teacher students offered many lessons in reading and mathematics to our parents and youngsters from grades from pre-K all the way through high school. And it was very inspirational and a very successful event. In fact, one parent pulled me aside and said, you know, I had so much fun learning math that I think I'm going to go back to school and become a teacher. So we're not only impacting students, our students are impacting the community. That is powerful. Our students graduate from Harlingen Collegiate High fulfilling 200 hours of community service. So for us, it's very important to give back to the community. That is the purpose in life. Every campus has a story to tell. Cuéntalo. And at Harlingen Collegiate High, every member of our community shares their story. From our Harlingen Collegiate High ambassadors all the way to our custodians. As you can see in the photos, we see our HCH ambassadors at Rio Fest highlighting our campus, showcasing what we offer to our students and our community. You also can see that we have the Owl Observer, our monthly letter where we highlight all our events and all the remarkable accomplishments that our students have. Just yesterday, UTRGV sent us a news video where they highlighted our partnership with Harlingen Collegiate High and UTRGV, and they interviewed our valedictorian and our salutatorian, and the seamless transition that they were able to make from Harlingen Collegiate High to college. And so we are telling our story throughout the Valley, and we're very proud of what our students and teachers and staff are accomplishing at Harlingen Collegiate High. So in closing, at Harlingen Collegiate High, we are proud to say that we are graduating well-rounded students, college-ready students that understand the importance of giving back to the community, because it is the OWL way. Thank you. And now for our video. Enjoy. Okay, hold on. What happened? Double click. Oh, y'all have it. Start it again.
Welcome to Harlingen Collegiate High, where we inspire students in finding their purpose in life by engaging them in the university experience and empowering them to make their dreams come true.
What I enjoy about Harlingen Collegiate High is its partnership with UTRGV, because they can take their college basics out of the way. It gets them ahead. By the time they graduate as seniors, they're sophomores, if not juniors, in college. My two children are here at the present moment. One's a senior and one's a freshman. So the beauty of it is that we've seen how our son has grown during his freshman year to his senior year, and how my daughter is starting her freshman year. And the resources that they offer, just being in the classroom as high school students, the introduction to the college level work. There's so many resources that are available to them. They get that stepping stone, their first years of college while they're still in high school. So there's areas for growth and improvement, and they can do this here. It gives them that little bit of introduction to college, and they're still here at home. And I think that's a big plus to help out for our children in our community, and that's a wonderful thing to have for our kids.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Aldape, and I serve as the Assistant Provost for Secondary Educational Partnerships at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. I'm so excited to be able to talk with you today about our partnership with HCISD and the incredible work that gets done at Harlingen Collegiate High School. In terms of academics, we've developed a strong focus on helping students become academic core complete through this program. Students at Collegiate High have the opportunity to earn up to 48 semester credit hours through UTRGV. We're excited that students have decided to take this opportunity and begin this rigorous coursework that's going to help propel them forward as they make their way through post-secondary education. In addition to the academic experience that students receive, as we prepare students to transition to junior year, we've worked very closely with the school administration to develop our Summer Bridge program. We want students to know exactly what it is that they're getting into as they prepare their UTRGV courses in the fall of junior year. We also want to make sure that we've given them every tool and resource that they need in order to be successful. One of the most exciting traditions that has developed over the last few years is now called Vaquero Day. That's the day when we get to work with the high school administration to recognize the juniors as they begin their coursework at UTRGV. Students have put in so much work over their first 2 years, and we want to recognize that work and their commitment to their academics by honoring them and their parents at Vaquero Day. In addition to the academic course, students at UTRGV Harlingen Collegiate High have the opportunity to begin coursework in 3 unique pathways that we believe are going to benefit not only the Harlingen community, but the Rio Grande Valley as a whole. By focusing on pathways in computer science, engineering, and education, we are really having an impact on the economic future of our region.
Hi, I'm Zachary Lopez, and I'm in the Harlingen Collegiate High Computer Science pathway. Follow me to the computer science room. My favorite part of the computer science pathway was the very beginning, fundamentals, when we were making web pages and barely learning HTML, because that was for me the first time I was ever learning to code. So just learning, and I finished it, I would type it out, and I made this web page. It was amazing, just seeing that I was able to produce this, I made this, and I could, code it and make it how I want. Through the computer science pathway, I learned to utilize my collaboration skills and work with a team to complete and produce products. Because I had some experience before, maybe 7th grade, we did scratch block code, but that's at the bare minimum. But for me, I had like the slightest interest in computers in general. So I was like, oh, this school has a computer science program. Engineering wasn't education, but the computer science, I was like, that looks really cool. And I went into it. It was a lot of fun, I keep continuing to learn every single year, like HTML, Python, and Java now, and I hope to continue to keep learning because it's a lot of fun for me.
Hi, my name is Natalie Flores, and I'm part of the Harlingen Collegiate High Engineering Pathway. Follow me to our engineering lab. So what I really enjoy about the engineering pathway is the engineering pathway gives us a lot of exposure to real-world situations. So we learn various aspects like 3D modeling, the design process, just so many different things that can prepare us for our future and any type of engineering that we want to go into. I chose the engineering pathway because I've always wanted to go into the engineering field. So being in this pathway allows me to just get a little stepping stone of what it might be like in the future. As part of the engineering pathway experience, we visited the AEP facility here in San Benito, and there we were able to see the different types of engineering that can be provided to us locally and how that applies to the real world.
Hello, my name is Andrea Mora, and I am a part of the Harlingen Collegiate High Aspiring Teacher Pathway. Follow me to my Aspiring Teacher Pathway class. What I enjoy most about the education pathway is all the collaborating. I chose the education pathway because I have a passion for learning and I want to educate and help others around me continue with that, and this space allows me to do that. The education pathway prepares me for the future with all the field experiences I get to go on. It allows me to put the skills and knowledge that I get from class and apply them in the classroom setting or in any job I go into. We got to visit a local elementary here and we got the chance to roll out a 3rd grade math lesson. I really enjoyed this experience because it was a great way to give back to our community, and seeing the kids' faces light up as we were teaching was amazing. As part of the education pathway, we got the opportunity to speak to educators all around the world, such as Scotland, Dubai, and Germany. It was really cool because we got to ask them questions and really see how education is on their side of the world. I'm super excited to be a part of the education pathway because it provides me with foundational skills that I need to become a leader in my career at UTRGV.
Hi, my name is Alexis Pemilton, and I'm the College and Career Advisor for Harlingen Collegiate High School. There are many unique things about our campus, so one of the things that I love the most is the different opportunities and experiences that we provide to our students. Here at Harlingen Collegiate High, one of our main goals is to prepare our students for the future by giving them a true collegiate experience. One way we do that is through the Observe a UTRGV class observation. Our sophomore students get the opportunity to fully engage in a lecture with one of our UTRGV professors. This exposure better prepares them for what life is going to be like as a college student, not only as a junior and senior here at Harlingen Collegiate High, but also when they matriculate to their university of choice. Another unique opportunity for our students is what we call our lecture series. This series was designed to allow students the exposure to not only the 3 pathways that we offer here, but also other career opportunities that are available to them in their futures. We piloted this program last year and we started with our 3 pathways. We asked individuals in those pathways to come in and speak to our students about what they're learning in the classroom and how it applies to those career industries. So from Harlingen Collegiate High to you, we invite you to join us on your collegiate experience.
Here at Harlingen Collegiate High, we have a strong emphasis on academic rigor. Through our partnership with UTRGV, our students are able to complete the academic core while in high school. In addition to that, I am very proud to talk about our social emotional wellness initiatives here on campus. Here at HCH, we strive to build a community of wellness on campus, not only for our students, but for our families, our staff, and our faculty. We have many initiatives aimed at student wellness. For example, we have Mindfulness Monday. Every Monday, as a campus community, we log on to Zoom and practice mindfulness, gratitude, as well as a few moments of calm before the week starts. Behind me, you can see our Mindfulness Corner, a wonderful collaboration between our LMS, Ms. Mendoza, and myself, giving students and faculty and staff a safe place to practice mindfulness throughout the day. We have a strong partnership with our student wellness specialists, as well as Levi and Piper. Here at our campus, we strive to have student wellness at the forefront of every decision we make. As a counselor, I am so proud to say that our campus not only has the emphasis on academic rigor, but also on student wellness. We focus on our children's mind, body, and souls. And we work to not only inspire our future generations, but to empower families with the tools that they need. Here at HCH, we like to say, it's the OWL way.
I don't know if there are any questions.
Yes, I'll open it up for questions. Board members, any comments? Mr. Hymas.
Madam President, I don't have questions. I just want to congratulate you all for all the work that you're doing. And earlier, I thanked the administration, the leadership, but I know you have a lot of faculty here, and I really want to thank them because they're the ones there, and they're also just as Mr. Reagan gave me his extra ribbon, so thank you, sir. But thank you all for showing up every day and doing the work to not just teach, but to empower, to motivate, to collaborate with each other, and to really get our students where they're going. And one thing that, I don't know if it was intentional, but I picked up on it from a couple of the students, I think, that spoke. And that says a lot about the culture that you guys have there. They said giving back to the community, right? So I want to thank you all for that, if it's intentional, if it's not. But I still want to thank you because that's a huge part of not just the OWL way, but the HCISD way, to want to nurture that service back to our community. And like I said, I don't know if it was intentional, but I picked up on it. I want to thank you all for encouraging and for championing things like being a productive and good member of the community. So thank you all for everything that you do.
Thank you, Mr. Highness. If I may answer your question, I will share that all our students ad-libbed their part. They were not guided. They were not told what to say. It all just came naturally. I was very impressed with our students, so I'd like to give them a round of applause.
Yeah, if their first career doesn't work out well for you, you have a job in communications. That was very impressive.
They did outstanding.
Super job. Other board members, please, Mr. Powers.
I just want to compliment you on what you're doing. I mean, this school, this campus has become everything that we hoped it would be. It has evolved into something very special. I'm really impressed with the improvements that y'all have done every year, your core compliance. Mr. Hymas said, excuse me, the community involvement, well-rounded students. I mean, that's so important today when these kids graduate and go into society, that they're not only book smart, but they're street smart and common sense smart. And I really compliment the staff. I've gotten to know a lot of the teachers and professors there, and y'all are just doing a terrific job, just an outstanding job. You're so proud of everybody. And 100%, I mean, you have 100 students that are going to the education out of your enrollment.
Yes, we do,
and
over 100.
Hopefully 95 of them will come back to Harlingen.
Absolutely.
And I just am so impressed with everything you're doing, and thank you all for such a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments?
I just had a question.
Please,
So
please.
what year do they start the pathways?
Freshman year?
Their freshman year?
Yes,
they
we
start
survey our middle school students once they're accepted, and we filter them into their pathways. They do have an opportunity to test a few pathways, and then they solidify it by the end of their sophomore year. And then at Vaquero Day, we acknowledge them regarding their pathways.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you for all the information.
Absolutely. So if I may, I'd like to thank a couple of people. And so I would like to thank Mr. Ortega and Mrs. Hernandez for supporting me with the video and the PowerPoint. We put in some hours together. I think we know everything about each other now. So if they will please stand, I'd like to applaud them.
Yes.
They did an amazing job. I'd also like to recognize our student ambassadors. If you all will stand, student ambassadors. Our senior mentors who help our little freshmen transition into the collegiate life. And of course, the heartbeat of our campus, our teachers. We also have some gifts for our board members, our superintendent, and our administration. And so some of our students will be bringing you those gifts. And thank you for allowing us to showcase our campus today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Flores.
Did you see it? Yours just on your mind? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Pettis, he will be here soon.
All your success.
You talked to him today? Yeah.
Something coming up with him.
Yes. So, Dr. Gonzalez, please.
No, I did want to commend the leadership. Thank you very much for all that you do at the campus, and also to the staff. Thank you for challenging our students and making sure that they work hard and that they understand the importance of hard work and everything that goes into it, because the success doesn't happen by accident. And to Andrea Mora, I know she mentioned she wants to be a superintendent, and you don't know how happy that may be, because I really want more kids to consider this position, because it's one of the best positions in the community, has a profound impact on the community, and I think that if we can get more momentum on students really honing in on what it is to be the CEO of a school district, I think that could be something special, and I'd love Harlingen CISD to be the breeding ground for superintendents across the nation. So, Andrea, I would like to meet with you as soon as possible so that I can do all I can to help you accomplish your dreams. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. And I'm getting intel here that I think teaching is in your blood. There might be a genetic code or something there, but I think we have 2 rock star teacher parents here, the Moras here. So thank you for all you do, raising talent and your whole families. You know, it really is exciting. It's a big choice to go to your school and the dedication you make, and so we really want to recognize all the efforts. So congratulations. Thank you, Dr. Flores. Wonderful job. All right. What a wonderful report. So now we're going to move on to public comment for agenda topics. Ms. Leffner, do we have any?
Madam President, there are no requests for public comments for agenda topics.
Thank you. And I'll move right into public audience for non-agenda topics. Ms. Leffner?
There are no requests for a public audience for non-agenda topics.
Very good. Okay, thank you. And so now we'll move into approval for the consent calendar. Under this, we have several proclamations that I'm going to ask Ms. Brianna Vela Garcia to highlight. I don't know, is Brianna here? Can I go ahead and do it? Okay, so board and audience, I wanted to highlight a few items under consent calendar before we vote there. Several of them are regarding proclamations that are going to be made. The first one I'd like to highlight is it's going to be Hispanic Heritage Month. We will celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th through August 15th to honor contributions and the cultural richness of Hispanic and Latino Americans. Another is National IT Professional Appreciation Day. On September 19th, we'll celebrate National IT Professionals Day. These individuals, as we all know, work tirelessly to make sure our district stays connected as we integrate more technology across our district. Fire Prevention Month is October 8th through the 14th. And then lastly, under our consent agenda this evening, we're recognizing some critical groups at the campus level. October, National Principals Month. October 5th is designated as World Teacher Day. National School Lunch Week is from October 9th through the 12th, and National Gear Up Week is September 25 through the 29th. On behalf of the board, we want to thank each of these groups for all they do for the kids that we serve. Without these groups, our kids would not have the opportunities that they are afforded, and our schools would not be the wonderful places they are. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Now I have one more item that I'd like Dr. Gonzalez to present, please.
And looking at the item that we discussed with regard to transforming teaching and learning, one of the things that we looked at was the importance of developing the whole child, and looking at it from the perspective of making sure that we not only produce students that are academically inclined, but also understand themselves and understand others. So the big push across the district, on top of delivering high-level content with highly skilled teachers and highly engaged students, is to make sure that every adult by design and every student by design is focused on raising their emotional quotient. So looking at emotional intelligence in a very focused way, focusing on self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills simultaneously with our student body is something that we need to do to make sure that we're ready not only for the demands of public education, but just also for the demands of life, and being able to stay in an environment where we're held to very high standards, but producing at very high standards. So excited to be working with the team on raising the emotional quotient of the organization, excited to be working with the team on developing the game plan to do that, and excited to see where this is going to take us as we continue to reach greater heights as a school district. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gonzalez. All right, I will entertain a motion for approval of the consent calendar.
I move we approve the consent calendar as submitted.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Powers and Mr. Jaimes. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. Dr. Corton, would you please do a little recognition here?
Absolutely. So, we ready? Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for the approval of the items under the consent agenda. So one of the items that we had in there was our contract for support in the world of instructional technology. I would be remiss if I didn't say a huge thank you and shout out to Monica Alvarado, who is instructional technology specialist, but we know her as the IT queen. So yes, huge round of applause for Monica.
That's right.
She has been on a mission to make sure that every classroom is IT ready and that we do it with class and rigor and depth and everything else. But also joining her this evening in the audience are two representatives from our Apple partnership, and I just couldn't thank them enough for everything that they've done. We've got some very exciting things coming our way, and so we've got some work to do, of course, but we've got some celebrations, big celebrations on the horizon. And it's partially due in part to everything that they've done for our district. So huge thank you to you all, and can't wait to see what we do this semester and beyond.
Yeah, I would like to just add my thanks to, to the three of you, a dream team here in Apple for the support for our schools. I got to briefly tell you a personal thanks before, but I would very much like to say a public thanks. I feel like the ability to integrate technology, to use it as an instructional platform, changes the scope of learning, changes the depth of learning for our students. And we may be a little biased, but we believe our kids deserve the very best, and really all children do. So thank you for partnering with us to make sure that that happens. We appreciate you. Super. All right, we are moving along to matters relating to transformation in school support. Dr. Gonzalez, our report, please. Did we cover that?
Yeah, we covered that.
Okay. Okay. Does, let's see.
The only thing I'd add to that report is I want to compliment Mrs. Gamboa and her staff, because I feel like our district is on top of this issue, student wellness. We have the community involved. We have UTRGV involved with telemedicine or telechat. And I mean, counselors are available every day of the week throughout the summer. We've got the students involved, and it's just a really comprehensive program that we've focused on, and they're just doing an outstanding job, and I compliment her and her staff.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. All right, let's move to item 8A, consideration for approval of contract between Harlingen CISD and Valley Baptist Medical Center for the LVN program. Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, Madam President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. Item 8 is the consideration for approval of contract between Harlingen CISD and Valley Baptist Medical Center for the LVN program. Attached, you will find the contract between Harlingen CISD and Valley Baptist Medical Center for the LVN program. The term will be 4 years, starting with this school year. ACISD shall pay Valley Baptist Medical Center a total of $149,129.
All right. Do I have a motion for the approval of the contract between HCISD and Valley Baptist Medical Center?
I move that we approve the contract between HCISD and Valley Baptist Medical Center for the LVN program.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Cono Monreal and Mr. Jaimes. All those in favor of this contract, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to item 8B, consideration for approval of resolution to adopt the tax rate. Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, Madam President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. Item 8B is the consideration and approval of the resolution to adopt the 2023 tax rate. We are proposing the following rates. Maintenance and operations rate, 0.7722 cents. Interest and sinking rate, 0.1630, for a total tax rate of 0.9352 for the tax year 2023. All the steps have been taken to comply with the truth and taxation requirements. So this proposed rate represents a decrease of 20 cents as compared for the previous years. For the previous year, it also represents a 38-cent decrease since 2018. We recommend approval of these proposed rates as presented. And just further an example, if your taxable value of your home is $100,000, with this 22-cent increase, you will save $220 for that year. If you also, if your taxable value of your home is $200,000, obviously you'll save $440 for the tax year with this 22-cent decrease. We recommend approval. Again, this is in addition to the property tax relief that was approved by the state.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Let me go ahead and get a motion, and then we can have discussion if we need. So do I have a motion on this?
I move for approval.
Second. Madam President, I second the motion, and if it's okay with the pleasure of the board, I think this calls for a unanimous second. This is a big deal.
It's a big deal. Thank you. All right. So before we call for the vote, let me ask if there are any questions or comments, please. Thank you.
Just quick comments. First of all, thanks for the excellent presentation and the very nice graph. That was
Yes, I forgot to mention, yeah, you also have a graph of the past 6 years of our tax rate.
Very helpful, and you mentioned 38 cents since 2018. But if we can take us back to 2015, I think that this board knows and the community knows we've been very prudent with our funds. But you know, obviously the state, a lot of these reductions have been from compression at the state level, and we get that and we appreciate that. But going back into what leads us into the strong financial shape that we're in really has to do with the wisdom of the community to approve the TRE back in 2015. And to this day, as this board knows, we are still benefiting from that incredibly because we pay in today's prices, not tomorrow's. We ended our cycle of the dependence of a bond every 9 to 10 years, which we were basically coming out for a bond every 10 years. And we sort of ended that dependence on that concept. And we pay as we go, today's prices. We've also made a commitment from day one, and we've always upheld this, that we would never use that money for recurrent expenditures. It would only be for facilities, for new facilities, for HVAC, maintenance, upgrades, everything else. And because of that, we are in great shape. And that leaves, of course, our regular budget in healthy position to do things like pay our teachers well and give raises and just do all the great things that we do. So this board knows it, but I think it's just when we're adopting the tax rate and we enjoy the significant tax reduction that we're going to provide the community. I think it also bears mentioning, again, thanking the community for approving the TRE back in 2015. That was a heavy lift, and should knock on wood, but I don't think we're going to have a bond anytime in the near future, thanks to that. So just wanted to mention that. So Dr. Gonzalez, I think you probably already know this little history lesson, and I think you were very, very familiar with the situation, but it's just something that I think this district is going to benefit for in many decades to come. So thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Pettis.
Mr.
Leo.
Question for Mr. Mendoza on the tax rate. The example you used for an average taxpayer would save $220?
That's correct. On a taxable value for this coming year, based on the 22-cent reduction, they'll save $220.
$100,000 value of the home.
Per 100,000?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's correct. Taxable value, yes.
An average value, more or less.
So yours is about 2,220 for your home. No, I'm kidding.
One of these days. My question is that, is that inclusive of the contemplated homestead increase in debt, or would that be even more?
That's a very good point. That does not include that particular increase to the homestead exemption that will be voted on in November as an amendment. But for the most part, when our tax bills go out on October 1st, that additional tax or exemption of $60,000 will be included in the tax bill, projecting that the last time we had an increase to our homestead exemption, it passed by overwhelming percentage. So that is already included in there as well,
So
in addition to that.
So you're recommending not paying your taxes till after the election?
I venture to say it'll pass, sir.
So
Good answer, Mr. Mendoza.
Well, I think that's a smart recommendation because obviously it's going to, you're going to get that little decrease after the election. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
questions. Any other questions? All right, so we have a motion and a proposed unanimous second for the consideration of approval of the resolution to adopt the tax rate. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. All right, moving on. Consideration for approval of award of construction services contract for the HCISD Culinary Arts renovations at Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South bid CNST 0823-1. Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, Madam President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. So item 8C is the consideration and approval of the award of construction services contract for the Harlingen CISD Culinary Arts renovations at Harlingen High School and Harlingen South. The district received 4 proposals. One from Caston Construction submitted a base bid of $424,494.75 and no alternate. Carlo R. Cantu Construction submitted a base bid of $465,320 and no alternate. Ultima Ltd. submitted a base bid of $537,000 and an alternate of $7,000. And Peacock General Contractors submitted a bid of $435,000 and an alternate of $6,000. The ranking committee met and ranked the 4 proposals that were submitted. The committee has recommended the highest ranked proposal, which is Peacock General Contracts at a base bid of $435,000 and an alternate of $6,000. We recommend approval to Peacock Construction for the base bid and the alternate.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Do we have a motion?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion as presented.
Thank you, Dr. Moniz. A second?
Second the motion.
Thank you, Dr. Perez. Any questions? All right, all those in favor of approval of the award of construction services contract for culinary arts renovations as presented indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. All right, moving on to 8D, approval, consideration for approval of award of construction services contract for HCISD parking lot lighting improvements. Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, Madam President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. This is an item that Mr. Tapia presented at one of our facilities meetings. This is a safety issue. So we bidded out those services for the lighting fixtures improvements at Moises Vela Middle School and the administration building. One proposal was received and evaluated. The committee is recommending Norris Leal Engineering Water at a cost of $357,000 for these 2 projects at these 2 locations.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Do I have a motion?
Move approval as presented.
Thank you, Dr.
Second.
Perez. Thank you, Mr. Jaimes. Any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor of approval of the award of construction service contract for the parking lot light improvements at Moises Vela Middle School and Administration Building, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. Thank you. 8E, consideration for approval of award of construction services contract for HCISD HVAC control upgrades at Harlingen High School. Mr. Mendoza.
Yes, thank you, Madam President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. Item 8E is the consideration for approval of award of construction services for Harlingen CISD HVAC control upgrades at Harlingen High School. The district received 1 proposal from Automatic Logic Contracting Services at a cost of $248,418. The committee evaluated the proposal and is recommending the proposal as submitted by Automated Logic Contracted Services at a cost of $248,418. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leal. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dr. Cono Monreal. Any questions or comments? Please.
We only had one bid. I'm surprised. Why aren't we getting more bids on this type of work?
I'll defer to Mr. Tapia on that particular.
This is on the lighting upgrades project?
Is it that sophisticated or what?
No, we've been, the past 3 projects we've bid, we have only been getting 1 bidder. So we were happy on the Culinary that we got 4.
Right.
So the word is that they're very busy right now. There's a lot of work going on. A lot of these companies have reached their bonding capacity, so they can't take on more work. And there is a new law about getting everybody fingerprinted, criminal background checks, and some contractors are having difficulty getting all their workers to pass, or they can't get on our school grounds. So some are opting not to bid because of that. So there's a lot of factors going on that's resulting, but that 1 bid is within our budget. Our budget was $360,000, so we're just under it. So we recommend that we move forward with it.
Yeah, the
HVAC.
Oh, on the HVAC, yeah, well, the lighting was the same thing. On the HVAC, similar issues, but also Harlingen High School already has automatic logic on the campus. So it's hard for other vendors to try to adapt and tie into that same system. So automatic logic is the one that really has the advantage of using some of the sensors and wiring that already belongs to them that's compatible with their system. So they have a competitive edge over other ones that would have to take everything out and put 100% new. So that's why on this one it's hard for anyone else to bid against automatic logic.
Was automatic logic within our budget?
Yes.
Range? What was our budget on that?
250.
250, okay, great. Well, all right, thank you.
Good question, Mr. Powers. Thank you. All right, we've got a motion and a second on this. All those in favor of approval of an award of construction service contract for HCISD HVAC control upgrades at Harlingen High School, bid CNST 0823-3, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. All right, moving on to item 9, matters related to human services. We're going to consider approval of teacher evaluation appraisers for 23-24. Ms. Scoggin.
Thank you so much and good evening, Board President, Dr. Gonzalez, members of the board, senior team, and audience. Administration recommends approval of the campus and department administrators as presented to serve as teacher evaluation appraisers for the 23-24 school year. These individuals have the appropriate state mandated training. Administration recommends approval.
Thank you. All right, I'll take a motion on this.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Jaimes.
Second motion.
Thank you, Dr. Perez. All right, let's, any questions or comments about this? All right. So all those in favor of approval of the teacher evaluation appraisers for 23-24, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Scoggin. All right, moving on to our Facilities and Safety Committee report. Mr. Tapia.
Madam President, Reiniger, members of the board, Dr. Gonzalez, and colleagues. We had a Facilities Committee meeting on September 5th. Items discussed, well, we started off with the ESSER funding projects. Had a listing of various HVAC projects throughout our district at various campuses. I gave the percentages. Went over some of the completed work, some of the ongoing work and the stages that they're in, and then some that we're pending equipment to be delivered, some as late as November, January, so I gave an update on that. We went over the 1 bid that we just approved on the Harlingen High School controls, phase 2. And the admin annex was the last one I talked about, that we're doing chiller line reinstallation and controls. And again, we're just waiting for the equipment to come in. So those are all at various phases. Also went over a couple of roofing projects at Harlingen High School Southville and Early Childhood Academy that is just starting, just got awarded, so they're waiting for materials to come in. Should start within the next couple of weeks. Re-roofing fenestration at Harlingen High School, that was a big roofing project we have going on. We're about 25%. And roofing that at the admin annex, Vernon Cosmetology, and some other mini gyms at the elementaries, we're about 59% on those projects. I then went over the TRE projects, went over the paving and drainage improvements at SAC and First Responders Academy. We're about 85% complete with that work and fencing. Early Childhood Academy outdoor learning space, we're about 45%. The renovations to Harlingen High School overall that we have going on is about 60%, the work inside the campus. The PAC lighting is pretty much done at 95%. We're just going over some punch lists and warranty work. Coakley Vernon gym floors, we're about 10% overall. We've done the resanding of the floor at Coakley and repainted it. And we're doing gym wall painting at Vernon. When they finish that painting work, then they'll move over to Coakley once that floor is dry. Fire alarm upgrades at Austin Lamar SAC is about 96% complete. Again, just doing some punch list work. The Culinary Arts, that's the one that we just awarded the bids. We had 4 proposals, ranked them and brought them for approval. The parking lot lighting at Vela and Admin Annex also, we only got 1 proposal and we just approved it on this meeting. And then I went over all the district-wide fencing projects. There was like 11 school sites. Cano, Coakley, Memorial, Vela, Jefferson, Treasure Hill, Stewart Place are all 100% complete. And South, Gutierrez, Austin, Lee Means are about 95% complete. All of these total about $808,000. I then presented some contingency allowances at the high school on the roofing project and on the admin annex Vernon roofing project, and also a change order to the contract for the Coakley gym floor project that we had with Newman Flooring. And then Ms. Ida Ambriz gave a financial report, reported on the latest activity on the TRE funds. And then adjournment. I'll turn it over to our facilities chair, Mr. Perez, for any additional comments.
First of all, great report as always, and I particularly like the new format. I think it's really kind of higher level and stuff we need to see. And again, we appreciate the deeper dive when you think it's appropriate. But I really, really love the new format presentation, so I applaud you on that. Also wanted to give you and your team a shout out for also trying to now provide opportunities for our students when possible. And I know you have folks in your office that are talking to folks and talking to students, trying to inspire them to go into various professions that you guys touch on every day. So thanks for doing that. Lastly, I don't know if you or Raymond, we had asked before, I know on the financial update, because a lot of it's TRE, on that TRE projects, right? To kind of come back to us and tell us what the new breakdown was with the state assistance, the state match. When we first approved it in 2015, it's changed dramatically, right? I think it was 42 cents of taxpayer effort and 58 cents of state match. Could you, at some point in time, it's probably now the opposite, but can you give us what it is now not right now, but I mean, I'd love to know what that is, so that way when we're talking to folks in the community, we're not using old 2015 numbers. We're telling them what it is now, because the compression changes those things. So, thank you so much. And thanks, Mr. Tapia. Excellent job.
Thank you, Mr. Bettis.
Very good. Thank you. All right, thank you for that report. I don't think we vote on the report, right?
No, just
Right.
a
Okay.
report out. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we are now going to move into adjournment to close our executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082, the Open Meeting Act, for the following purposes: to discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff, and to discuss employment of Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education. We are in executive session. Thank you. Very good. Welcome back. We are reconvened into open session for actions on matters discussed in executive session. It is 8:16 p.m. We're going to move to consideration for approval of employment of teachers and other professional staff. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve,
12A.
yes, I move to approve item 12A.
Thank you. Dr. Cano Monreal, a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dr. Moniz. Any comments, questions? All right, all those in favor of approval of employment and teachers of other professional staff as presented indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Moving to item 12B, approval, consideration for approval
Madam
of.
President.
Yes.
Move approval of employment of Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education as
Thank,
discussed in executive session.
thank you, Dr. Pettis. Thank you, Mr. Jaimes. Any comments? All right, all those in favor of approval of employment of Assistant Superintendent indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. We are now adjourned.